What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today. Shout out to the Dragon Riders and the House of the Dragon. Here we are, sitting at $566, 20 hours, 45 minutes left in this week, in this day. And my friends, we've got a glorious thing going on here because this is the this is the fourth highest week we've closed in this bull cycle so far for Bitcoin Cash, right? We're getting there, man. We're getting there. We're going to be at the top, the highest weekly close of the whole bull market. We're going to get there too. But looking at this here, beyond just that, beyond that fun little fact right there, this will be 1, 2, 3 weeks in a row that we've closed above this trend line. Not only that, but we're also finding support at this trend line here. We actually back tested it and launched from it. Came all the way down and all the way back up and having a very bullish finish here, you guys. Hit that like button, by the way. Subscribe. I don't think I said that at the beginning, but I normally do. But I'm just too damn excited. 20 hours, 44 minutes left in the day. Here we are at 566. I would say it's unprecedented, but it's very precedented. This is absolutely expected behavior from Bitcoin Cash, nothing less. In fact, if anything, more. We have more to go. And it's going to happen very soon. I'm excited. I'm getting giddy. I think that next week could really be the week that we start to break away from this. I mean, we back tested it already, showing that we're ready to go. I think we're ready to go, man. We'll know that we're launching, that it's up only for weeks on end. Once we get above about $640, right? We're going to say sayonara to $7.20. We're going to absolutely eclipse these prices that we've been hanging out at since March, April of 2024. We're going to eclipse the damn range that we've been bound by for our whole life, and inevitably going up to targets that I believe are going to take us somewhere around 1,600 to 2,200, and if we're anywhere else, it's only because we've gone higher. We don't know what we're dealing with. I'm going to say it again, right? We don't know what we're dealing with here with Bitcoin Cash, right? We know that we're dealing with something bullish, and we're not the only ones, right? This thing's been around since 2017, and in theory, actually not even in theory, in logical understanding of what this thing is, it's actually been around since Bitcoin's been around. This is the oldest crypto that's ever existed, right? It goes back beyond 2017, but the hard fork happened in 2017. The only difference is BTC walked away with the name, BCH did not. You know, I compare this again to Ethereum and Ethereum Classic, right? If you think about it, Ethereum, when Ethereum and Ethereum Classic hard forked, Ethereum now is actually the new one, right? Ethereum Classic was the old one, right? But Ethereum ETH kept the name. BCH is the new one, but not really, right? It is new because it's more productive as far as developments go, and there's more going on with it in that aspect. So there are newer things, sure, but it's also it's like the new one and the old one at the same time, because it's the old one because it actually adheres to the white paper that Satoshi made in the original Bitcoin format. It's like both the new one and the old one. All I'm trying to say is the difference there is that it just didn't walk away with the name, so it gets this newer chart, and it's a different chart, right? But really, its Genesis block is the same as Bitcoin's Genesis block, right? It's the exact same, but they are different projects. Absolutely, they are. I'm getting lost in the details here, guys. All I'm trying to say is we don't know what we're dealing with here. $566, we really could see prices that are not just at $2,000, but $3,000, $4,000. Like, we could, who knows how high this thing's going to fly. And in that same kind of aspect, if we think about it, looking back here when we were super bullish and highly expected to do well all the way back here, 1 week went by and we did a 4x. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks went by and we did a 7x. Right? Crazy things, man. Very crazy things. What if we do more than that? What if we do that in less time? What if by the end of this move, we're at new all-time highs? I don't know. Like crazy, crazy stuff, you guys. We've got a lot of, and again, I referenced this area here. Not just this area, but look at this area. Look at how freaking fast we've moved up both times from this exact same price. Granted, this was the finale of the cycle. This was the finale of the cycle here. We're not in our cycle finale yet, but damn it, we're in our consolidation finale right now, right? The finale happened. We're ready to rip and run. This could be one of the most talked about events in crypto's history. It genuinely could be. The day, the week, the moment that Bitcoin Cash finally broke out of this phase, that it took the limelight back, that it validated itself, right? And the thing is, to anybody who's been holding and investing in Bitcoin Cash throughout this whole consolidation phase, it's already validated itself. And the devs are the ones, and the people doing the work behind the scenes, and not really even behind the scenes. It's there if you want to do the research and you want to learn what's going on in the BCH world. They're the ones that are making this thing tick and making this thing what it is, right? And making it better for anybody and everybody who's investing in it. My cat just stepped all over my plants. That's okay. I'm getting all distracted. What was I saying, man? I got distracted because he stepped on my plants. Poor plants. I opened up the window and he decided, anyways. This is that moment. That's what I was saying. This is that moment in time that we're going to look back. And I'm not saying this to be dramatic. I genuinely mean it. This could be one of the most historical moments, this move up in history, because we've already validated that Bitcoin Cash is here to stay, and that it's not just a joke, and that it's not a scam coin. It's the real deal, right? We've already validated that. But what most people need, what the average person needs, is just like with Bitcoin, just like with BTC, what they needed. They needed the price to go up. The price is going to go up, but how much? I mean, at $2,000, we're going to validate ourselves. At $1,600, we're going to validate ourselves with that price, right? People are going to start to look at this differently. Already, I think we're validating ourselves, right? Market cap, rankings, all that jazz, right? Number 16 in the market cap rankings, we're coming for you top 10 and top 5, inevitably. Breaking out of this, we're validating ourselves. Turning our monthly ribbon up for the first time in history, which, by the way, is incredibly difficult to do. It's insanely difficult to do, and yet we did it. We did it. We've got it crossed up. All these, that's the weekly, sorry, not the monthly. The monthly ribbon crossed up right there. The weekly too, though, right? Let's see. We did have it crossed up. I mean, the weekly is crossed up too, but the monthly. The monthly was never crossed up in its whole history. We're doing that now, and we're breaking out of this, right? All we have to do left is break out. And just like BTC, right? People might have thought Bitcoin was cool, interesting project, but they didn't buy when it was worth $10 or $200. No, they bought when it was worth $20,000. What if Bitcoin Cash genuinely, by the end of this cycle, you guys, eclipses even my expectations? What if people like, and shout out to, you guys remember this guy, senior scientist. I don't know if he's still making videos, but if you are a senior scientist, shout out to you. What if this $53,000 target is a reality by the end of this cycle, right? Bitcoin, again, you think about it as to what Bitcoin Cash is. It's the better Bitcoin. That's what it is. Bitcoin's already at 118K. People feel like they missed the boat. What happens when the dots connect? What happens when people are saying, oh my God, this thing's pumping? If Bitcoin went to 118K, this thing surely can go to at least 20K or 50K. Like, who knows how high this thing can go? You've got a lot of pent-up aggression here. And I'm not saying that those targets are going to hit by the end of August or September, probably not even by the end of this year, but by the end of the cycle, you guys, the minimum target's 13K, the maximum is 53K. We're at 567 right now. A lot of potential. An astronomically large amount of potential with this thing. And I'm, again, coming back down to earth, using my brain here, thinking logically, I think it makes the most sense that we stop probably around 1,800 to 2,000. I like to give it a little range, 1,600 to 2,200, something in that range. Something around here, maybe 27 at the most. Something in this box, though, between 18 and 27, I guess, is the most logical. To me, that makes the most sense. But what if we do stuff that, like, I'm just curious to see. If I'm wrong about this, the only way that I'm wrong about this is we're not going to stop at lower levels. The only way that I'm wrong about this is that we go through the roof. And I hope to God I'm wrong. I hope to whoever or whatever that I'm wrong, man. I don't really know what else to say. It's the same old stuff, right? We're just getting excited, but it's the difference between now and the rest of Bitcoin Cash's history is that it's actually happening right now. It's actually happening. And from a technical point of view, we're not the only ones that are seeing this. Anybody and everybody, countries around the world, institutions around the world, people who are looking to hedge their crypto stockpile versus the United States crypto stockpile, right, which incorporates Bitcoin, XRP, Solana, Ethereum, and Cardano. if you're looking for a coin, a crypto that's a safe bet, not a new coin, because these institutions, these countries, they're not going to put their money into something that's been around for a year or two. No. It's going to be multiple cycles. It's going to be something that's had turbulence, that's been beaten up, that's been hated on and even laughed at. It's going to be something that's been doubted. And through it all, through the thick of it all, has come out on top. Right? Something that's got heritage. That's what the big money puts their money into, right? When they put together that they can invest in Bitcoin Cash instead of BTC, you're too late to invest in BTC. It's a freaking time machine. It's a time machine. You got Bitcoin back at $557. That's what it is, except it's a better Bitcoin. It's more robust. It's better. It's got all the things that it should have. All the bells and whistles, man. All we need now, the only thing we need is price go up, right? Bitcoin had the price go up first, but they don't got the bells and whistles. They tried to add some bells and whistles with Lightning Chain. What? Lightning Network. Not Lightning Chain. And that didn't work out at all, right? Bitcoin Cash is the answer. And I think in time people are going to see it. And as more nation states, as more institutions start to come online with it, that not only will the price validate everything that we know this thing to be, but that kind of status will also validate it. And it's just a matter of time before everybody is talking about it, right? Everybody's talking about Bitcoin right now. They're all talking about, and I don't think Bitcoin's going away, right? I know a lot of people think like if Bitcoin Cash comes up, then that means Bitcoin goes away. I don't think so. I don't think it's that simple. There's too much money and there's always going to be people mining Bitcoin, right? And Bitcoin Cash. There's always going to be that value added to it right there, right? It's always going to be relevant. I think right now I'm different compared to most Dragon Riders out there, to most Bitcoin cashers, cashies out there. In that sense, I do think that it'll still be relevant. Even if Bitcoin Cash flips it, I still think Bitcoin will be relevant because people will still mine it for profits, for value, and that gives it value in itself. Maybe it won't be as robust as it could have been if Bitcoin Cash wasn't around. But I'm getting a whole different topic here. What was I trying to say? Just validation, man. Validation's coming. Everybody's talking about Bitcoin right now and how institutions are copying the micro strategy, right? They're all doing that. They're all talking about that. What happens when that attention is brought to a coin, a crypto, that is at $11 billion in market cap versus 2.3 trillion, right? Crazy growth, you guys, crazy growth. I'm not saying that BCH will go all the way up to 20K or 50K by the end of this cycle. I'm just saying I believe in miracles, and I do believe in magic in a young girl's heart. And I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be really good. I got nothing else to say, guys. I'm giddy. I'm curious and excited to see what this thing does. Bare minimum target is something around our last cycle's highs, right? Something from that, I'd say 1600 to 20, really even 2700 area, but probably 16 to 22. I like it right there in the middle, 18 to 20, 18 to 2000 itself. Something in this zone, right? Prior points of support and resistance right there. Prior resistance here. Just something in this zone makes the most sense to me. But if we do something that doesn't make sense to me, again, it's not going to be to the downside. It's going to be to the upside. We've got too many fundamentally game-changing things going on, and this will be that point in time where people will look back, man, and they'll be like, I had a second chance to buy Bitcoin at $567, and I didn't. What do you think they're going to say when it's at 2,000? What do you think they're going to say when it's at 20,000? And they compare it to Bitcoin. Imagine all the people here who wish they could have bought it at $50,000, right? And I'm not talking about people like you and me. I'm talking about people with billions, hundreds of millions of dollars. I'm talking about the big dogs, trillions. Who knows? Crazy stuff. It's going to click. I got nothing else, man. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. And just hold on for dear life. It's going to get freaking exciting, man. This is hard cash right here. Take care. Bye-bye.